Beej.
Motor City.
How you meet Dix and Andre?
Dix, I think I met at Desert Bus when you were here for the first time. Andre, I definitely met at a Desert Bus. Would have been my first one, probably in 5. We were sharing Zeta Shift. This is before we named it Zeta Shift. Again, let me clarify. This is before you came up with the idea of calling it Zeta Shift, and then we all were like running along with the idea of calling it Zeta Shift.
When did we start that?
Around 5, near the end,
Somewhere,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah. Lindsay, I think I've just met like last year. Or PAX.
PAX,
Yeah.
I'm not entirely positive I can take credit for naming Zeta Shift. I think it did the hand symbol. I don't remember these things.
You definitely came with a salute.
These things are blurred to time now.
That's fair. I know that I never named it. Somebody must have named it.
It was more of an abstract concept for a while until we had actual shifts. Zeta would just happen when everyone started breaking.
Zeta named itself, and we just amalgamated the idea.
Yeah, we remembered. It was a group memory that came to the surface. So Lindsay, I remember meeting at PAX because Dix had introduced you to me. I'm pretty sure because
PAX Prime last year.
PAX Prime last year.
What about Jordan? Yes.
Jordan is difficult because Jordan, I think we met at Desert Bus for the first time. Was it at a PAX?
Nope.
Was it Lurcon?
It was.
It was Lurcon.
We had food and discussed business.
Yes, okay, good. Thank God, because I knew there was 2 people there, and I'm like, I can't remember who I talked to, and you were one of them. Awesome. I still can't remember who that other person was. I'm very sorry, you're probably in chat.
It was Valen.
Was it?
Valen was in chat, I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't at Lurcon.
We talked business for like 2 hours.
How do you meet?
It was a while.
Beej, how do you meet Ian? Beej, tell us how you meet
we'll
Ian.
come back to Ian.
No, tell us now.
Alright, fine.
Ian,
I will stop you when it goes too far.
So I used to run a store. I used to run a store.
Just skip to the Sailor Moon part.
No, this is just a little... I used to run a site called the Complete Sailor Moon CD List, and then I ran a CD store connected to that where I sold bootleg Taiwanese CDs that were really, really cheap. And I told everybody they were bootlegs because it's like, I want to be completely honest with you all. I want to buy them, so I'm going to let you guys buy them too. We'll put together an order and order them all.
Because you got free CDs
I got
bought from you.
I got free CDs whenever people bought CDs. I would get like an extra one thrown in. So then, Ian had put in an order. I can't remember if you found it through the web.
Yep.
You did find it through the web. So Ian submitted for like, hey, this is the thing. I have already now moved up to Edmonton by this point, or into St. Albert. I ordered this block of CDs, and he said, hey, I live around Edmonton. I live in a small town outside
Overlay
of Edmonton.
has a good question.
What year was this? This would have been 1998.
Oh.
Yeah. So, engineering was 6 years old at the time. So, Ian said, hey, I know what I can do. Rather than actually have you mail these to me, I'll just come pick them up. I'm like, sure, not a problem. So then... I got him in, I emailed him, I said, yeah, you can come over. He said, great, I'll come over to your house and I'll pick them up. Ian can take over the story from this point.
No, Beej, it has to be you. The challenge was for you.
So then Ian comes to the door.
Yes.
And I live in a very nice house at the time that my parents obviously paid for. And my dad opens the door, and my dad is like, my dad is older than me, thank God. And so Ian was expecting, I'm not sure what he's expecting, I think he's expecting like a basement dweller dude in like his underwear or some shit. Whoops, my bad. I apologize for that, some bus. Anyway, so Dad opens the door and so like, hi, what's going on essentially. And my dad's friendly. And Ian's like, hi, I'm here to see, what, did you say Brendan or Beej?
I asked for Brendan.
You asked for Brendan, he's like, oh yeah, hang on a second, and he turns around.
It is your business name.
I didn't know what a Beej was.
Exactly. That's the point. So he goes to the door and he calls downstairs to the basement fitting, and he says, he yells for it, BJ, you got somebody up here to see you. I'm like, okay, and so I come up the stairs and I poke my head up from the thing and I see Ian. I'm like, I don't know this person, and I walk up and he's like, hi, I'm Ian, I came to pick up my CDs. I'm like, right, yeah, hang on. And I go back downstairs and I grab his package and I came back upstairs and I hand him his package and here's your CDs. You'd already paid.
Yep.
So that was all, it was all done and whatever. You were driving your parents' car?
Yes.
Yes. And you had parked in the driveway. I don't know if my dad wanted you to park in the driveway or not.
It didn't really matter.
Didn't really matter?
The caveat here
Yeah.
is that my car couldn't stop at the time.
Right, so you left it running in the driveway, like you're gonna just peel out
Because
and
if it
leave.
didn't shut off, well, no, it wasn't that I couldn't. Yeah, it wasn't that I couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
It was that I couldn't stop it.
Oh,
If the car, when I turned the ignition off, didn't stop running.
right.
So I put it back in to let it just continue to properly run with it and go.
So he left, and that was it. That's the last time I ever saw Ian alive. And then I showed up at I was in university at the time.
No, you've already met him.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's fair. We actually the second time we met was at.
No, first time.
It was the first time we met, so I am done.
Yeah, we're done.
Done.
Yeah. Okay.
How you met, not how you
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Corey.
All right.
Not even do the whole room, Beej.
Beej, you have to do the whole
We're
room.
gonna do the whole room.
Kate just showed up.
How did I meet Kate?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Loading, ready, run.
We probably just came to the moon base once.
And you're like, you're no, it's probably Desert Bus
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
because you guys. When did you move here?
5 years ago, roughly.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shrug.
I know, right?
Desert Bus or
Five?
Loading, ready, run.
Almost 5, I think.
When were you?
2011?
When were you here for Desert Bus the first time?
Desert Bus 5.
Yep.
Probably Desert Bus.
But I was always on late shifts. So
Yeah.
unless you were there for a late shift.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, probably during one of those times.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably saw you. We probably passed each other.
We
I was like, who's that
No,
weirdo?
no, we thought you were way too cool for us.
There's also that.
You
Spoilers. I am. Yeah.
Yeah, you
That is
were
true.
too cool.
Whoa, Ian. Okay, Beej, move down the line.
All right.
His name is Alex.
Huh?
No, the gentleman beside Alex.
Oh.
I forget your name.
Darren?
Darren, I think this is the first time I've ever met you.
Yeah, it depends. Have you ever been to SakinoCon?
I have been to SkinoCon.
You have
That's
met
why you
at
look
Sk-
familiar.
There you go.
You
Okay.
probably met me
I
there.
probably met you at SkinoCon. Okay, then that's. But now I know. Now I know. Awesome. I'm gonna have to move on to Alex though.
What?
I met Alex at Anime Evolution for the first time.
Yep.
And that was the one. That was the one where you guys were all there. So it wasn't the one at the convention center. It was the one after that when they went back to UBC.
Yeah.
And we didn't
In
all
Vancouver.
quite really know each other or hang out. But the first time
We got like a house on fire though.
yeah, we did because we went to the meet and greet or no the guest mingle
The guest dinner.
and we sat at a table, you and I,
Yeah.
and you were talking a bit, and then you pulled a thing of cards out of your pocket and started
Oh my
playing with
god.
it. Yeah, and I
I
was
stole your goggles.
That's when
Yeah.
you traded me for Matt.
yes, exactly.
See, normally that's flirting, but
It was so awesome. You pulled these cards out, and you're like, "Oh, do you want to see a thing?" I'm like, "Yes, absolutely." And you just started doing like close-up magic
Yeah.
for like a half hour.
I don't know how to do any of that anymore.
Yeah, but it was amazing, and I was like, "Oh, this dude is so cool. He knows how to do things." I get up on stage and I derp around. And,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was great.
You're very easy to impress. Wha-bang!
No, I think that was the same year that Teller complimented your waterfalls.
Oh, and I like.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
And then I met Corey because I made an anime club at the college I was working at up in Grand Prairie
To meet women.
to meet women. I was not going to leave that out. I'm very forthright about that. I met Corey because I wanted to meet women, and I made an anime club because
But
I
how
figured
old was I?
you were like 16.
How old were you?
17? You weren't 18 at the time. You were younger than that.
15. Yeah, there was you put an age limit on the club, but I was under that age limit.
And you never said anything.
Sneaky.
Because you showed up with Heather and some other people, didn't you? Or
Nicole,
and with Nicole, okay.
Is that
because
you met
Nicole
Heather?
was in my
Yeah.
grade
You
10
met
class.
Heather in an anime club?
Because she was like 18 years old. at the
That you
time.
founded
No, no.
to meet women.
Yeah.
A anime club he created to meet women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked.
High five.
This was.
Oh my god, you precious nerd!
And the problem is at the time when I met all these women who were coming to the club to do whatever, it's
Our
like.
club was
To
predominantly
watch
female.
anime, Beej.
Yeah, it was.
It was like 90% female.
The problem with it is that at the time, of course, I'd graduated university. I was like 24, 25 years old at this
You were
point.
an old person.
Yeah, I was. And I wanted to meet women who were like in the college who maybe be like 20, 21 years
Nope.
old.
Everyone in high school.
Everyone, all the women who showed up were all from high school, and I'm like, son of a bitch!
just mostly very, very cute.
Yeah.
And
that's
Johnny.
kind of all there is to it. How did Johnny meet his wife?
Oh, how did I meet
how
my
did you
wife?
meet-
Damn it! I thought I could get out of this.
Beej, how
How
did
did I
you
meet-
meet
Johnny.
and then Thomas, and then Ben?
I did the whole room?
Yeah.
Stop swearing on
It's still connected.
And also,
swearing.
Give me a second.
Beej, did you also draw that?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a winner.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. But so, how did you meet me?
The first time I actually, the first time you stick in my head is the Vancouver Island Short Film Festival.
Okay, yeah, that would have been.
The first time we would have all shown up, I would have shown up to the festival, and we met you, and it's like, oh yeah, Johnny's the guy who runs this, and he's also the guy who's like involved with Desert Bus, doing a lot of the setup, because you had already offered to do it for like Desert Bus 6.
Yeah, well, I started volunteering at Desert Bus. Well, I was at Desert Bus 1 through 3, but Desert Bus 4 was the first year where I did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I started doing AV Tech stuff. But yeah, my other gig was running the Vancouver Island Short Film Festival, which I did for 10 years.
And I showed up at 5, but because I was working the Zeta shift, I never met you at all, I think, that entire time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But weren't you on my team?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, the next year I conscripted you
I
onto
was a
my team.
floater, and because no one was there during the night, I ran all the buttons and stuff.
And
Like,
then I
ran the mixer.
conscripted you on the next
You're
year.
still a floater.
I'm still a floater.
Johnny,
Not a secret.
I met you at the film festival too.
I'm sure, yep.
Like,
And actually,
so
you
many
were,
years ago.
you were. I watched some old footage that Graham had of the first film festival, and you were. I'm pretty sure you were on that road trip up there.
Yeah,
And
I
I
was.
totally didn't know that I met you that far back. But like, the film festival is like, yeah, it's like, it's a concentrated crazy. It's only 1 or 2 nights, but it's like, you know, there's 400 people show up,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of them are new, and I meet them, and I often don't remember them.
So
but
we've
I-
known each other for like 9 or 10 years.
no, longer. You were a teenager for sure, because that.
I'm still
that,
young.
Yeah. You're 45 now.
Johnny,
No,
you've got
what?
yourselves mixed up.
No, yeah.
Like, Johnny, I'm 26.
Yeah.
So it could have been 10 years ago.
It would have been more than 10 years ago because I haven't run the film festival. This is the 13th year of the festival. That was year 1. So that was 13 years ago this February.
So I've known you since I was 13? That
Yeah.
doesn't sound right.
Actually, we met before the. No, it was. No, that. The time I actually remember meeting you for sure the first
Johnny
time
met you when you were 7.
was
Apparently.
was in the summer after the first. I might have, maybe you didn't come to that first film festival, but the summer after the first film festival, I came to Victoria for a conference, and I called up Graham and said, "Hey, I'm in town. Do you want?" And I'd like only met him at the film festival the year before
Sure.
in February, and I said, "Hey, what are you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, we're just hanging out. We're gonna film some stuff. You want to come over and hang out?" And I came to your parents' house, and I met you there. And I think that day we filmed the explanation skits,
Yeah.
where I was like in the like laundry room and like Graham was explaining the internet.
Oh
to
my
me.
god, I remember those videos.
Yeah, and he was like, he took my glasses like this is Google. I was like, I need that to see. And he's like, I know.
Did you just drink the internet?
And then yeah, he had like lint. He's like, this is all the stuff you can find on the internet. And it's like, and this is the search results. And I was like, oh, what's the pink one? He's like, oh, no, that's illegal in 17 countries or something like
Yeah,
that.
I remember this.
Yep.
skit. Yeah, I totally remember that.
Yeah, it was, and that was definitely the first time I met you. And you were definitely not as impressed with Graham as you are now.
I'm still not.
I know.
impressed with Graham.
It's like that level is like changed not that much, but like I remember it was like a total like, you're such a nerd. Why are you
Okay,
including
here's
me
the
on this
thing.
stuff?
Here's the thing, though. My brother invites strangers to our home.
Weirdos that they'd only ever met once.
Strangers to
Uh-huh,
our home.
uh-huh.
Strangers to our home.
Yeah. Yeah.
To film weird videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing?
This is not a future, my
Well,
friend.
rem-
Why would you not?
That was
You're
never
gonna be a chemist.
That was never a part of it, but it was like, remember at the time videos on the internet was not a thing. YouTube had not been invented yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, this has got to be some weird dark part of the internet. This is all very strange. And then I was like, sure.
It was couch surfing. We
Yeah.
were just couch surfing.
Yeah. I mean, it got good.
They got better at it. They figured their stuff out. It turned into a good thing.
Absolutely.
Beej.
I will get back to
How did you meet yourself?
How did you meet engineering?
Oh, I forgot to do Thomas and Ben.
Oh, can I guess at Ben?
You were doing the late night dub fight.
Yeah, and he was in the audience. We fell in love. Thomas? I don't remember. I'm assuming I met you at Desert Bus when you were on the, we were probably changing shifts.
Unless it was PAX.
It might have been a PAX, but I think it's more like we met at Desert Bus.
He's nodding his head for PAX.
Oh.
It seems more likely that it would be PAX.
I think it would be more likely that it is PAX.
It was definitely PAX.
Okay, because you live in Seattle, so...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know, I would have met... Yes, you're right. I would have met you at PAX. That makes a lot more sense now all of a sudden.
We got a bug splat.
Yay! And then Ben, I met for the first time at Otafest when he was dressed as the Mafia Bowser, and his 5 or 6 friends were with him. And what sticks in my mind is meeting you in a hallway down in the basement of University of Calgary, where you guys were like, yeah, oh, you guys were so funny. It was like, I think after an improv show, and you're like, you guys are so funny, we had a great time doing this or whatever. And you just kind of, you wanted to meet us, and we wanted to meet you, because it was like, oh, cool, we have some people who like what we do.
That must have been in when Dan and I were in an alcove writing the late night dub fight theme song.
No, that was a little different. That was like a year after it, or no, it wasn't a year after. We were still 404s.
Ben, how many times did you do the Bowser Mafia?
Maybe like once or twice.
Did you do it when we were 404s? Did you?
I am on my Facebook right now because the first time we ever actually interacted, now that I'm remembering it right, is back at Animathon, and there's a photo because you guys were doing, I think, like sound effects.
Okay.
And I was one of the people you brought on stage, and I was dressed up as, I think, like Sykes from Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
But there's a photo I'm trying to find on Facebook right now that is of like a group of my friends taking a picture with you guys in the 404s, and it's like ancient. So I want to try and find it. So
that makes more sense. Yeah, it would have been because I'm like, it was in the basement of UFC, and we hadn't done like that fight just yet. So it would have been like back when we were 404s, because we didn't do LNDF, I think, until we moved.
I thought LNDF debuted Otafest.
It did, but we performed a year at Otafest as the 404s, like a few years, like several years in a row prior to that. And this would have been probably the one before we actually split.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.